Our fifth question is around the topic of vaccinations. Dr. Bill, if there is a vaccine for this COVID-19, do we have to have the vaccine every year like we have to with the flu shot?
Great question, and I'm glad the issue of vaccines came up during these questions. Uh, First, as a quick refresher, a vaccine is when we basically give somebody an injection and expose them to something that's innocuous that triggers the body to make antibodies that then, if they would recognize the virus in the future, they would attack that virus and kill that virus. So think of your old Pac-Man game, right? It would come and destroy the virus. Um, the reason that vaccines for things like polio and measles and mumps have generally been successful is that that virus stays pretty stable over time, relatively, meaning year to year to year to year to year, the virus still has sort of the same chemical makeup or the same little protein covers on it. And so your immune system recognizes that, goes and attacks it. The challenge with the coronavirus, and this was seen in the coronavirus which was involved in the prior, like SARS epidemic, it has a lot of variability in its cover. We've all seen the pictures of the little colored, crown-like things that are surrounding this virus. Those are little protein molecules, and the coronavirus has a lot of variability in those proteins. So what that means is you might make a virus this year only to have a virus return next year, not unlike the flu, that is slightly different. And then the shot that you had the prior year or the booster you had the prior year doesn't recognize that. So a lot of work is happening right now to see if there is some part of that virus that's stable that we could create a vaccine. And wouldn't that be great? A one and done. I don't think that that's going to be incredibly likely. I think it's more likely it might follow the path of flu. And what we do in the case of flu, public health people like Katie watch to see what flu viruses are circulating the globe. So example, in our warm months, they're seeing what's going on down in Australia in the Southern Hemisphere and see what strains are going on and try to develop then a vaccine specific to that strain. And even then, as we all know, it's not 100%. Sometimes it may be only 50 or 60% of the time we have an exact match. I think it's very likely that COVID or the coronavirus, we may in the future come to have cough and flu and COVID season on a seasonal level. And we may end up having to do vaccinations on a regular basis. I still want to caution people that I still think the reason the social distancing stuff that we've been talking about is so important, we are 12 to 18 months out, because even though once you develop a vaccine, you've got to do safety trials, you've got to make sure it's effective, because as we were talking about before, you certainly don't want to give something that's going to harm people or give them a false sense of security. That's going to be really important. So I think it's likely that we're 12 to 18 months away from having a vaccine. And I think if you think about the coronavirus, which is also responsible for much of the common cold, the reason we've never created a vaccine to the common cold is that there's so many subspecies of that coronavirus. We're always getting one and then getting another and then getting another. So it's hard to have a vaccine that just blanketly protects against all of them.
Wow. Okay.